What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, YouTube? Say what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to another major market breakdown. Um, I kind of cat's out of the bag because I forgot that Cat JPY was already up on my chart over here. But we're gonna start off with DXY and we're gonna swing back around to that, and I'm gonna give y'all the sauce on that entry coming up this week. We always start. Oh, sorry. We always start with DXY because of the fact that it is the U.S. economy, the U.S. dollar is a major staple in the whole world's economy. So, all the major pairs are gonna correlate with how it moves. NASDAQ will sometimes correlate against it or correlate with it. Sometimes not correlate at all. Just depending on market conditions. And we're going to go through all of that. So if you haven't been here before, make sure you hit that like button, that sub button, and that bell icon. All that is going to tell the algorithm that this is good content. It needs to get pushed out to more people. Say it needs to get pushed out to more people, son. But Farrell likes to talk a lot when I'm on camera. Like, he'll scream at me. Like, dada. Like, you're not saying dada yet because he don't really know words, but he'll scream at me. All right. Until I go grab him and either let him see the screen or put him on camera. So I'm just gonna start off just go ahead and just having him on the show with us because rather not get fussed out in the morning when I'm doing the major market breakdown. But without further ado, let's get into it. The dollar, a whole bunch of data came out last week. Jobs data. Mainly, the U.S. jobs data came out. Is essentially, we're in a state where there is more people looking to be hired than there are open positions, and that disparity is getting higher. So essentially, it's a hit to the U.S. economy, and it's gonna point towards even more likelihood of a rate cut coming in September. So this is all bearish for the dollar. All this is all just bad news for the dollar. It means the dollar is going to go lower. Essentially, our pairs like Euro USD, AUD USD, GBP USD are likely going to react to the opposite direction. So, this low I'm expecting to get broken this week. I will say I'm expecting like a slight push to the upside. Maybe like we seem to be. Let me get rid of this level here just to kind of actually just clear the whole chart real quick. This we kind of got like settled on right here. Back in on the second, what was it? Yeah, on the first, on the second, one of them. And now prices like they're sort of rejecting it ish, I'd expect price to try to maybe push it again, but I don't think we're gonna get much upside if we do get some at all on the dollar. But I'd expect maybe a slight maybe a few 15-30 minute candle push, one of them, but not too much farther than this level. And then on our pairs, I hope you guys been tapped in every week because I ain't gonna lie, it's been just hitting after hitting after hitting. Let's go ahead and clear these drawings too. I'm expecting the euro dollar to just push higher. We have a slight little level of key level right here. That price is sort of at already tapped. You know what I'm saying in the past few bars. I'd expect us to get the inverse of what we're gonna get on the dollar, since we do have this bit of run up right here. So we probably gonna get slight pullback. I wouldn't say as far as this level, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did pull back as far as that level. Just off of like a little bit of manipulation, like maybe a quick candle. But anything between this area where it's already at and this down here, I'll be liking it for buys, and we'll be in the group chats looking for posiciones. Let me look at AUD, USD. I said I was gonna stop going through each and every one because they look like that. You know, they look basically the same. So it's like essentially when I buy euro dollar, I just buy a small position on GU and AU, unless like unless gold is giving me crazy vibes, then I'll leave AU alone. But generally, for the most part, whenever I buy EU, I buy GU. And like I say in all my videos, it's not financial advice. So, this is just to help you guys with your trading. You guys can get, what I'm saying, an inside view on, how I look at the markets every week and what I'm about to do in the markets every week, So I'll be expecting, actually, see, looking at AU, we may get like just a little bit. I want to emphasize just a wee bit of pullback. You know what I mean? And I could be wrong. We may get much more. There are some bears out there calling dollar buys this week, which is crazy because of the data that came out. Now I will say we are getting PPI data on Thursday, Friday. Let me take a look to my chesty dusty Forex Factory. Wednesday PPI month over month is coming. Okay, so it's on Wednesday. I'm tripping. And then CPI is coming out on on Thursday. Okay, so I was in the right ballpark. Yeah. So as far as like what's already come out, it's already in a sort of a bear territory, but that could level out a little bit based on how the data comes out. Did my icon got mad small? Damn, didn't mean for that to. Well, I didn't get that small. It's all good. With the data that's already come out, it's already kind of put the dollar in bear territory, and I think that if that data comes out any weaker, it's just kind of send the dollar flying to the downside, and we're gonna see a lot more. Momentum, and these pairs are gonna fill in these areas here. This is what. Let's see. No, that's what I was looking for. This line I had up here. From where we are now, not bad. Put on the 4 hour. So to really break out of the zone that we're in, on like AU, it's like 70-ish pips roughly, which is not that far. You know what I mean? Granted, it's on AU, which is like a fairly good move on AU, 70 pips. But we're above the equilibrium already of this huge consolidation here, right? So like I said, we could just be going into a point of trending, super trending markets. That's the major pairs. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. I'm not touching NASDAQ. I want to see it. This looks just so choppy to me, and of course I wanna be on the buy side of it just because. The way that I trade, it's sort of against the USD, so it's like, but on the flip side of it, every now and then you get times where the NAS and the dollar start correlating just because of how strong, economic data plus fundamental stocks data is kind of like in the same realm and focused on the same things. Tariffs, different materials in supply chains right now being sort of disrupted. Little minor things that are influencing world markets, including how people are investing into stock market and things like that. So all that kind of takes a really good precedent over like how the chart patterns look and everything. So it's like if you don't do any type of fundamental analysis, I encourage you to really just kind of delve into that side of everything. There's a few videos on our channel on exactly how to be doing fundamental analysis. But I mean, like, if you just watch enough of our weekly breakdowns, you'll kind of get the gist of what everything means and how you should take it and how you should trade with it. So you could just kind of like follow along and you'll get everything. I hate that the icon is so much smaller now, but I can't edit it while the video is recording. I forgot when I switch over screens like that. It does that sometimes, but it is what it is. It's fine. Let me take a look. Well, actually, let me be clear. I do know that institutions are not so extra bullish on the stock market right now. So it is more on the like higher likelihood side. And I if you guys have been around for a while, you know we were talking about it for weeks and weeks. You know, stopped talking about it for maybe like a week or two, a little bit, just kind of let it breathe. And it was, you know, because the market started consolidating, and, you know, saying stop doing all this extra buying, and you know it seems overbought. I know for a fact that there's a lot of companies involved that are overinflated in their value. The whole stock market as a whole is overinflated in its value. So any correction is reasonable to me, honestly. But we've been seeing the weakness kind of die down in all of this area over the past like month, 2 months really. So it pulling back from here was not surprising, more so expected. Now it's kind of like, does the market want to see a bigger correction? And I'm speaking to the more longer term, not really to the intraday guys. I think it does. I think it would love a correction here. We catch this level here, bounce off of this level, and maybe even come down and grab this level here, and it would give us, if we could get there quickly, if we could get there, you know, before the end of November, you know what I mean? Then we could end the year crazy on a high note with some good earnings reports. You know, and that would be great for a lot of investors' portfolios, because we like to buy the dips. What's up, man? You ready for your mom to come feed you? I know she's in the bathroom. But let's take a look. Essentially, y'all just leave NASDAQ alone, unless you're like super scalper. Then I would say it would be better to probably scalp some sells out of the market this week. But for the most part, I'm gonna be just kind of letting NASDAQ do what it do. Gold here seems to be finally doing one of the do's that I like to see things do, and it's slightly diverged, just very ever so slightly. And it doesn't mean that, oh, like, this market is about to start coming down. It's gold's big reversal time. Not that at all. It's I think it could go up a lot higher. I just don't think it's gonna happen from this very level here. I would like to see gold. It's probably gonna come back, touch this level, and then go zoomies. And I would be angry about that, because I don't like the risk to reward for that trade there. I'd like it to like come down. At least, honestly, I'd like it to at least come and see about this level here. You know, I'd take a small position, very small position here, and then if that level doesn't bounce, then I would take another position down here, and that's how I play that. And I mean, honestly, shoot, I might take a little intermediary position right here for real if it really want to do that dash. But I'll take each and every one of these discounts if it wants to give it up. I am not gonna hold you, but I really hope that it doesn't just like touch this level and leave, because then I'll be left out of the trade. But price comes back down here, I'll be getting in buys. Now, for what you saw at the beginning, that has your boots all shivering, ready for a trade. We sold CAD JPY. We sold it in the free chat. Look, if y'all ain't gotten in the free chat already, if y'all be watching the weekly breakdowns and y'all ain't gotten in the free chat already, you're missing out. I'm 52 and 2 in the free chat. And listen, y'all can go in there. Link is in the description. And if I'm lying, come back in the comments and be like, hey, y'all, he lying. But you can scroll up. Like, I made sure the history is open. So you can scroll up all the way to the beginning of the chat, like, and see each and every trade in there, and actually understand that, you know what I'm saying? We're sending out some good value, and that's 100% free. So you guys can, you know what I'm saying, earn some money without having to pay no money, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely go hop in there. I was thinking about looking for a slightly higher pullback on the CAD, right? But it's very weak. CAD JP. Now, granted, I did see institutions did start moving a little bit more money to the buy side on the JPY, but it's not enough. This drop off right here kind of confirmed the fundamental push that I was looking for. Yeah, go to your mother. Sorry. Pants be tight some days. But yeah, no. That sharp drop off kind of confirmed the bias I was looking for on CAD JPY. So now we're just looking for re-entries to keep going lower, because I believe this is going to not only go here, but we could see this touch, this level, and even come see about this level down here. Now that we haven't been down there since what, like April? Ain't been that long, you know what I mean? But it's just based on, we're just going based on straight fundamentals. CAD is weak, and JPY is a safe haven asset. So and their economic data came out way worse than expected last week. That's what actually caused this sharp drop off. I was, usually I like to wait to get the confirmation, and this is usually the confirmation that we wait for. But there was a lot of analysts that I was watching talk, a lot of Canadian news outlets I was watching talk about the state of being, and I'm just like, I'm ready to sell that. So I sold that, called out to the chats, and it dipped when the data came out really bad, like we expected it to. So it's like that data's not gonna retract. So we're gonna most likely see more downturn from here, and this level is the first level I'll be looking to get in on. So I'll be getting in on this level, and if it wants to go any higher, I'll be getting in again for another sell on this level. And that's how that's gonna go. Let me show you how it's gonna look. I guess you could reasonably, I could just do that. Yeah, that's I mean, granted, they usually don't come all the way back to entry. Sometimes they do. And remember, I say this on a lot of my videos, the stop losses that you see on the chart are not like my actual, like, set in stone stop losses. It's just areas. I usually use mental stop losses, and I only usually get out of a trade if the fundamental conditions like truly shift on it, or if like I was just like wrong on what I thought the fundamentals were gonna be, or how they were gonna be interpreted. And that happens every now and then, like, you just misread the market just a wee bit, and you risk that as being an investor. You're not gonna be right 100% of the time. You can't expect that, but as long as you're using good risk management, managing your trades well, you'll be profitable in the long term. Yeah, I like this level here. I ain't gonna lie. Let me go ahead and bring this one down. I like this level here for that initial TP, and then I'll be trailing, see if price will actually give us this full move. If it doesn't, it'll likely be due to some type of fundamental factors changing. But as long as as long as investors keep moving money into the Japanese yen, and the CAD's economic data in unemployment data, jobs data. They're a lot. There's a few data points that came out pretty negative for them. I know I just said the same thing twice, didn't I? If all that stays on the downturn, then we're gonna stay on the downside of the market, and these are gonna be the entries we're gonna be looking for. All right. If you guys got some value out of this, make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, and that bell icon. All that's gonna tell the algorithm this is good content and needs to get pushed further and spread so other people can get valuable content, and their weeks could be set up all nice and they got good trading positions with pretty good risk to reward and whatnot. Don't be a gatekeeper. Don't be a gatekeeper. All right. I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody today. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.